Hey, it's Ed. Welcome to another edition of Ed's Talk. Super excited because this one is coming to you from New Delhi in India, where I'm on a road trip, and I get to connect with a lot of my friends and colleagues from around the world. In this case, India, and someone that I've known for quite some time. We get to spend some time with. So I wanted to welcome you, Ritoy Uberoy. Welcome to Ed Talks.
Hi, Ed. Nice to meet you.
So yeah, we actually connected several years ago when I was in India, and we went out to dinner together with our spouses and
Mhm.
just spent some time together. And just the way the world works sometimes, fast forward, I think that was maybe 5 years ago. Fast forward 5 years, and now you're part of another colleague's company. In fact, it's your brother. So that's how small the world is, and that we all know each other. But it happens to be BIGRIO, who then purchased DAMO Consulting.
Yes.
So, just as a reminder for those that might be new, so DAMO was created by a good friend and colleague of mine. So you get this close enough to the camera because of the blurring effect. Sorry, probably can't see that very well on the camera, but it's healthcare digital transformation. It was a bestseller in 2020 and 2021. I wrote it with Paddy Padmanabhan, who had started DAMO, and unfortunately, I think many of my listeners, watchers know, subscribers, that Paddy tragically passed away last year. But the book goes on in his memory. In fact, one of
Mhm.
the things that I'm speaking about here in India and across Asia is based on the book and its digital transformation. So Paddy's legacy lives on, and I was so excited when your brother purchased Damo, because I knew it was in good hands.
Mhm.
That he along with you and others are taking it to the next level. So before we go any further, Ritu, why don't you just introduce yourself? I kind of gave a high level about how we connected, but introduce yourself in your role, and then we'll jump right in.
Okay. Thank you, Ed. My name is Ritu Oberoi. I'm the managing partner at BIGRIO, which Ed talked about, which is headed by Rohit Mahajan. And also now we are very, proud to say that DAMO is also a part of our BIGRIO portfolio. And we are very happy to be taking Paddy's legacy forward. And there's a real synergy between the two companies, between, DAMO's digital advisory services and BIGRIO's capabilities. So it's really building out to be like a complete portfolio. And our latest initiative is the generative AI workshops, which we are going to talk about a little more.
Yep.
And that also fits in really well with the whole digital transformation and the digital maturity model that Demo had. And in fact, we are currently running the, DGM awards assessments, to which we've added the generative AI, questions as well. And
Yep.
we've had a very good response. And so this latest initiative is just showing that we are very capable in this area. We've started a GAI, Center of Excellence here, and we'll be launching the workshop soon, which we'll talk about more.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna unpack. I think you hit the three areas we're gonna be talking about. You great get it. You gave a great overview of those, so thank you. And then we'll jump in a little deeper. So
Mhm.
yeah, Damo is very well known for its digital maturity model, which you have now taken next level, and that's what we hoped. When I was working with Patty's wife and others, we just wanted Damo to be in good hands, and it certainly is with you and Rohit, and taking it next level. And
Mhm.
so the digital maturity model was always great in the DigiM awards. So yeah, there's still opportunity, I guess, for DigiM awards. So if you're interested, right, they could go to the website, which we'll put in the show notes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The assessments are still open for this round. And we welcome any healthcare providers to go to the website, and it's a great tool to just tell you where you are on your digital journey. And if not even for the awards, it's just great to do it for a self check.
Yeah, I love it. I've gone through it myself. I've done the survey. It's very comprehensive. So it's not
Yes.
just one of these awards that it's just handed out, ceremoniously. But I mean, it's really intense. And I think you're right, Ritu. Even if you don't think that what you've done in your organization may win, it's still a great process just going through it. And so I really encourage everyone to do that. So let's talk before we get to the Gen AI workshop. Let's now talk about the maturity model and what you all have done. Can you share a little bit more?
Yes. So the digital maturity model had four stages, and companies move along their digital transformation journey, whether they have a DTO office, whether they have the policies in place, whether they have the governance in place. And we found that a lot of people had already reached, like stage 3 or stage 4 of that digital transformation. But it was very interesting to see when we added the Gen AI questions, then we saw that, the companies still had some way to go. So it's interesting to see how the digital transformation model is also evolving. And we didn't want to have it a static model and still, show the same companies winning again with the same scores.
Yeah.
But by adding these Gen AI questions, it's really kind of reset the weightage we've given to each category. So as the companies move from stage 2 to stage 3 to stage 4, now they can see how they are, on their AI journey as well.
Yeah. And I'm sure in a couple of years, we'll be talking about stage 6.
Yes.
Something new, which is what makes our industry so exciting, not just most importantly, the healthcare aspect of it, but also when you marry that with the tech, it's always very exciting what we can do to leverage technology to save more people's lives. So yeah. The next thing that you're all doing, which I love this concept, is you're doing these Gen AI workshops. So a lot of times people talk theory, which is good. It's important to understand theory and learn from an academic point of view, but you're taking it next level. Can you explain a little? I know you have your first workshop coming up in March. Can you explain a little bit about the Gen AI workshops? Gen AI.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Ed. So the first event is going to be March 22nd in Boston at the Harvard Club. And this is invitation only. And we have, all the information on our website. So if you or anybody is interested in an invitation, please reach out to us. And the other format we are doing is customized in-person workshops at the client location. And the basic differentiating factor here is that we get everybody into a room. We know everybody's heard a lot about the GAI hype, but what we really want to do is bring everybody up to a similar level. And then in part 2 of the same ideation workshop, we actually want to help you brainstorm and guide you on your brainstorming journey so that you leave the room with, ideas for POCs, for pilots that you can implement right away. And that's something we really hope will be, a really unique factor for these workshops.
Yeah, and I haven't spoken about this in a long time, but that's precisely what we did in the organizations where I came from and why we were successful with innovation. In the past, we've had a partner such as yourselves, like BIGRIO/DAMO, and we had a lab. And so we were able to actually do something. So we talked conceptually, brainstormed, and had all sorts of tools to do that. And then we actually did something. And that's why, again, it wasn't me. It was really my teams and my organizations. We went from that and had these workshops and actually did things and actually created innovative things, technologies to basically save more people's lives. And so I love this concept when I first heard about it. So yeah, we'll put the information also in the show notes so that people can find out about it and make contact if they want to do something like that within their organization.
Yeah, this is something we're really excited about because we know everybody's read the articles, everybody's watched the videos, everybody knows what it is, but now how do you take it to the next stage and actually implement something with it?
Yeah, and I'll make one last comment about this because I know we hear only the stories of, let's just say, the top 20 health systems, as US News and World Report might talk about them. They typically are academic. They typically have a pretty good source of funding. I know everyone struggles with funding, but they have a pretty good source of funding. I know I worked in that environment. But what we're missing is 90% of the rest of healthcare that needs to do the innovation as well, but maybe struggles a little bit because they don't have access to some of the tools or, the culture. But with this workshop, you can do it.
Yeah, we can level the playing field and really help you get, to the next stage.
Yeah. So I really encourage all the subscribers that are watching this episode, really take advantage of this opportunity because this is how it happens. This is how you make it work. And that's why we've written some of these books on innovation too. It's like our books aren't just theory books. They're mostly like examples of people and organizations and how they've done it. And some of them do include this workshop, like they did these workshops like you're suggesting and doing. So anyways, I really appreciate you being on our EDTalks. I will give you the last word. Is there something we missed or anything that you want to encourage our watchers?
With generative AI, I think this quote really stuck with me that, it's like swimming. You can talk about the swimming pool, you can describe the swimming pool, but at some point you have to jump into it and actually, do stuff with it. So I think that's, a good analogy to take back.
Very good. And I think with that, we'll end our episode of EDTalks. Thanks for watching.